day. And I'm like, what? And Alyssa gave him so much shit. Like, I'm only doing this for you because it's Christmas. So we had to move our dinner reservation so we could watch the Packers game.
Another game that could go either way. All right. Enough of this talk. Sorry.
Enough of football. Okay. So we're TJ, I think you can add those spells now. I didn't have my compendium sharing turned on because when I was trying to fix the character mancer, that was one of the things it suggested. And those spells were from a different book than the main rules. So you should be good now.
I will check it out. See if I can find them.
Let's see. Oh my goodness, I have so many monsters to delete. Anyways, last time we played, you guys, the session detailed a complex and engaging boss encounter where the party faced a formidable spider dragon guarding. Oh yeah, I'll start the game. I forgot I have to start the app. Second. Oop. Oop.
They seem to be in here now. Although, like one of them, the last one says it's the player's handbook. I don't know why that one wasn't popping up before. But
think that's not what we want.
I think one of you might have already hit it, but you guys can redo your subs if you want to as well.
Okay. Through strategic use of environmental hazards, magical items, and coordinated combat tactics, the party managed to subdue the creature and secure their the spearhead of Cord's Thunder Spear. The adventure concluded with their successful escape back to the surface, setting the stage for future exploration and use of newly acquired artifact. The session balanced intense combat, resourceful problem solving, and narrative progression effectively. Anyways, beyond that, as you all returned to the surface after claiming your prize, right as a whole bunch of giant spider people were showing up, you all landed on in the Yusa's Towers Great Room, right as you landed. You all had a shared vision of a tree being struck by lightning on a tall mountain, and then from it fell a charred branch that fit into the spearhead that you had found with the spear laying on the ground. So kind of a completion to this spear, which currently right now is just a 8 to 10 foot long sword that requires a check of 20 to pick up and use. So you all had that, and right after that, Carrick disappeared, and then after some stuff happening back in Icewind Dale, which included killing off a big owl creature and the clouds parting and sun coming out for the first time in whoever knows how long, Carrick returned with a person that ended up being Fell's child, Soren. After that, you spoke with Yusa for a bit. You kind of got his, gave him or helped him restart the kind of steam engine underneath the city so that his area could have essentially power to run forges and the like, and that he could possibly kind of stick it to the other lords of Nicodranus. Then you were given a rod that Carrick now holds that will keep him on this plane and stop from shifting. However, there is the issue of Soren having the same affliction, but you were given kind of a stopwatch type thing, so at least you'll know when he's going to be sent back and forth. The kid was kind of in a stupor state, but you took him to the lavish chateau where you guys all spent the evening um, uh, getting rest and recuperated, watching a uh, nice show. And then the next morning, as Soren awoke, there was a tearful reunion between him and Fell, noticing, though, that there was probably at least 6 years that are probably the child was 6 years older than you probably thought he should have been. Um, Other than that, let me just double check. I realized I sent myself the wrong set of notes. Oh yeah, Christopher hammer got upgraded after he broke the gem uh, in the waterworks of the city. You still have the other 5 gems. I can't remember if you actually might have given them to Yusa or not. The other 4 that you stole, but they are all dormant. Oh yeah, here's
the magician and then got scared very quick.
okay, yeah. By the way, the AI referred to USA as USA, which I thought was funny. And it wasn't the lava chateau; it was the lava chateau.
The lava.
Yeah, so now that's kind of where we had left. The last thing that happened was during that morning, suddenly Felix felt and heard a small thoop, which normally is an indication that he's gotten a message from Giannis. Did I miss anything? You guys also all leveled up to level 13. I think everyone able to get everything done there. I know we were having problems. I think I fixed all of them. So if you aren't level 13, you can try to do the character mancer again, or we can do it manually. But if not, we can start. So yeah, you are all sitting, kind of. Fel is talking with Soren, and I think Christopher was cooking some stuff, and just kind of sitting there. But I feel like you have gotten notice that you heard a message come through your pneumatic tube. So
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
okay. The letter that you pull out, it's relatively short. It's just a thing. It says, "Hello, Felix. I have been asked by Yenra to send this message to you post haste. It seems that while you've been out adventuring, the proverbial shit has hit the fan. We know not where you are, but we need you back to Harrow Hall as soon as possible. Many things have changed over the past 2 months. Hopefully, you were successful in your treasure hunt, as sadly many others of our conspiracy have not been." And that is how it ends. And I think the dog we're watching just knocked something over. I'll be right back. So yeah, just the message is you need to get back to Harrow Hall as fast as possible. Bad things are afoot. You're back.
All right.
I think I haven't checked the list. It looked like one of you maybe resubbed, but if those that haven't, you guys can redo those if you want to.
Just do it. Yep.
It's annoying that I can't just say do it if it expires.
Yeah, I get
Subscribe
why
to
the
anything
free
else.
one, you can't auto renew the free one. I kind of get it. They make you do the work so they don't just keep giving out free money, but
Yeah. Which I don't remember if you.
What's happening here?
What y'all doing?
Guess we're backing up. Is there anything else we need to do here?
From your task list, not really. It's just kind of, I think like kind of your idea was to take a couple minutes to recuperate because you've been, on the ocean or underneath the ground for 2 months. But from the letter, it seems time's of the essence.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, it's I guess we can head back. We got our sword, our spear.
Mm-hmm.
Head home with haste.
How are you guys heading back? It's you would know that by horse it would be about a 2+ week ride back. So there's that way, or if you have other ways that you want to try.
Of any other way.
Is there any I remember if we know of any teleportation circle things that direction. We probably don't, do we?
Make you would know this. One of your teleportation circles you do know shoots you out of a window in Zadash. You sent a shark through it.
Does what's his name? Yusa know of any?
He might. Yeah, so you could go and try to implore Yusa or ask him, but
I guess the dash is
Herod
not
does
that
have
far.
one that is we'll drop you onto Zadash, and that would be 2 days, a day and a half ride to Harrow Hall.
Yeah, we just do that.
The only real problem with it is you know that it's out of a window in a temple. So
Been there already.
okay.
How about let's see, hang on. Why don't you send me first, and then I can set up a ladder outside this window. Well, actually, no, because if it throws you out, then I guess it's not.
It doesn't
helpful.
necessarily throw you out, but what the problem is that your circle will be like this, and the one you come out of will be like this. So you'll essentially just go like, foop, foop.
Do we remember how tall the window is? Like, because it said it was a temple, but
you're from there. Make a history check. You can do it with advantage. You've walked by this temple plenty of times. Yeah, you would think it's probably about, out. It's the top portion of it, and it's about 30 feet up. So just a 30-foot fall.
Okay, well, here's what we can do. Maybe. Is there anything that we can tie a rope to That if I put it
No.
on my body, damn it.
No, how the circle works is not like it's not like a portal that you go through. It's like a circle, and then after 6 seconds, it just poops, and you're on the other side.
Okay,
So it wouldn't be like using portals in the game Portal.
that's fine. Okay.
So
Hmm.
why don't we? Where is it? I know I have this spell. Why don't we just do too many spells? I swear I
Oh, yeah.
have.
I'm taking one of your fireballs into my tiara.
Okay. I'm fairly certain that somewhere in this list of spells I have like Feather Fall.
Yeah, that would be a first level spell.
First level.
Yep.
Where is it?
And you definitely have it because you used it to fall all the way down that very long pit.
Yeah. Did I lose
Feather
it?
Fall. It's the first spell on the list.
Dear God. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. And
It's
let's
all
see.
alphabetical,
Choose up to
homie.
five. Yeah, 5 falling creatures. So I can cast that. Is that concentration? It's not concentration. I can just cast that on everybody before we do the teleportation circle. So at least we don't get fall damage.
Okay.
Do some like
Wait,
lights and stuff.
say that again though.
Let's
It said I'm doing Scott's job for him. It said on falling creatures. We aren't technically falling before we go through the portal.
You gotta cast it. You gotta be like the first one or
You
the
got to be
last
Johnny
one,
on the spot.
and be able to cast it as we all come through.
Okay. All right.
Can
That's
somebody do
fine.
some like entrance lights too for us as we like shoot out of a church and just
Yeah,
fall
I
down?
can do prestidigitation.
Do we have a theme song? We need a theme song.
I'll get the bagpipe ready for it. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, do you have the chalk to do the teleportation circle, Garrett?
So we've sort of waffled on like how we handle this. Like in some situations we've been like, okay, if I just spend the money every time I want to cast a spell, and then
I would say for this spell, go ahead and it's easy enough to pick up here.
Okay.
Just tell me and just keep track of how many you have.
how many like spend
How
some
many castings you want of it. So it's 50 gold per.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
how many things of magic chalk do you want?
Okay. I'll keep 3 on me, so I'll
Okay, so yeah, spend 150 and keep track of that. I think we're further along. Like there's some spells that I'll probably say you need to have prepared. Like, and since this is like an escape thing, you just say like, oh yeah, we just escaped using this. I want you to have been prepared to.
We really
do
need
it.
to up our logistics game when we go shopping and make sure we all actually buy our things before we go out.
yeah.
So yeah, but you're able to find an alley to go start drawing your circle. Takes about a minute. And right as you're about to finish the last one, the last thing, the runes of the circle start to flare, and you do actually notice it, Felix, that like the pattern on this looks exactly like that stained glass window. So it's just noting that something that you've walked by so many times actually has some much larger use. Just interesting. So you as it's pulsing, it's the last line, and you all have 6 seconds to jump in. And you're doing prestidigitation, you're playing your bagpipes, and you're getting ready to cast Featherfall. So I need a performance or Arcana check from Felix. a performance bagpipes check from Christopher, and a dexterity check from Derek
Dexterity.
to see how quickly you react. Yes.
I guess it's not that bad.
Not great, Bob.
I don't know, man. I don't think an 8's enough for you to enough to
Only cast
can
on
pick-
himself. You can pick
pick-
one of us.
No, you can pick one of you that gets
It's an,
featherfall.
it's an AoE though. Well, I guess I have to pick which.
You have to pick, but the problem is you were so turned around you couldn't see the people to pick, and they had already hit the ground. So
Oh,
pick one person.
It's more
See,
like
well,
he
no, here.
tripped and went in before someone.
And right, he's still trying
It's something
to
so-
cast it on all.
so
He's
I can
trying.
only pick one person. It's 100% myself.
Well, see, and that's
Okay.
what I wonder if he's trying to cast it on all of us but fails. Does he get to pick which one it goes on, or do you 1
Oh,
through
yeah,
4
that's
us
actually
and he
doing
rolls
better.
a dice?
Yeah, roll a die to see who it gets cast on.
All right, who's who? If I roll a d4.
For some reason, I'm trying to get us all killed falling out of this window. I don't know why.
I think when he killed. I mean, it's not. It
No.
might not feel good.
Honestly, this is the most work that you've done to avoid 3d6 damage.
Yeah, like it's like nothing comparatively.
But yeah. So let's see. We'll just say, Carrick is 1. Felix is 2. Christopher's 3, and Soren / because you do also have this child with you. Not child. Young teenager. Or
Okay.
old teenager. And Thel are 4. Yep, you cast it on them. So, and how this ends up happening actually is, you kind of are like, okay, getting ready. You trip as you are going into the portal, and the other two are so focused on their thing, so that they like walk in immediately from that. The problem is you went first, so they're like focused on their things. Magic lights are coming out. Some very good sounding bagpipes are going on, and they fall through, but you fall through so quickly that and unexpectedly, that you land on the ground, turn around just as you see the other two in flashing lights and sound, and you're just confused. They hit the ground next to you, and then you just are barely able to catch Fel and his kid with your spell, and they land softly. Everything looks awesome until it doesn't. You guys all land in the center of this thoroughfare, like bouncing off one of the steps to the church, landing on the ground. You do see that there's like this other odd impression, and like it's been a while, but there's like still like stained blood on the stairs from when you sent a shark through here. And you all land, so you guys, the 3 people that didn't get it, take 9 points of falling damage as you hit the ground. Or actually, I'll allow this. The 2 people that didn't get it, make dexterity saving throws. See if you can mitigate the damage. Yeah. No, you don't get one. You already failed. Felix, you tuck and roll and are just fine. Christopher the Barbarian, you land on your bagpipes and break them. You rupture the bladder completely, and it goes from this like cool tune that you're going to this is like as you land. It plays the sad trombone sound and then breaks. And then Fel and Soren just land nicely. Soren is still kind of exhausted, you can see, like, so he's not moving great, but he's just bewildered by the amount of things that are happening right now. Like, he just came from fighting a giant bird by himself without his companions in the middle of winter to a beach, and now a city that's slowly moving into probably early to middle spring. So the snow is kind of gone, but it's kind of mucky and like that. But you guys are all in Zadash. What would you like to do? I would say, like, yes, time is of the essence, but there's also, you know, you're in a major metropolitan area again that you kind of know more. There's shopping that can be done. There's different things like that if there's anything specific that you need. Like if there's spell components you need, if there's...
Yeah, I'll top off the like now 2 different things that require things. So my telecircle, I guess I'll keep it at 3, so I'll use another 50 there.
Okay. Yeah, you would go to the Invulnerable Vagrant where you guys had kind of shopped before with the 4 identical dudes that do still have different items that can be used and things like that, but can pull out a list of things if you want. Christopher, you can buy a new set of bagpipes if you want, or you can try to repair yours.
I'll leave it as repair. Yeah.
You're going to try to repair them?
I'll leave it with a skilled person. I'm not.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So you leave your set of bagpipes, and it's going to cost like 15 gold to replace the bladder and all of that. So mark that off.
Can I add like another 15 to just bedazzle it and such?
Yes. So you will have a bedazzled.
It's like gems, like the shittiest gems, like whatever, like I don't know, opals.
Whatever cubic zirconia is in this world.
I don't think I've ever actually bought this so I pick up some diamonds worth 300 gold pieces, so I can cast Revivify.
Let's see. Now we can actually move you maps back to where you were.
I don't know if I've ever actually bought this, so I just bought 300 gold worth of diamonds for my Revivify spell, so I have those on me.
Yeah, you're able to go to a jeweler, and it's like a you're supposed to be here. It's yeah. You don't get a lot of, it's not like 1 diamond, but it's just like a pouch full of different amounts, like smaller diamonds, but
we'll try and keep track of them in my inventory as Revivify diamonds.
Yep. Yeah, and if there's anything you guys want to offload, this would be the place. Just some, it's really just for, you know, your general inventory management. I'm not sure if there's anything else you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sell my rabbit earmuffs. I don't think I need them anymore.
Okay.
I don't even want to gift them to Soren.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm gonna try to sell them to Soren.
Soren just kind of looks at you and like looks at these like, oh, these are well made. I don't have any money.
Can I pay for them? Can I just? How much is this gonna cost, Carrick? Poor guy, he's been ripped.
I'm gonna haggle. Like it depends what I can get out of him. You know.
Soren just looked at.
Well, right now you're at 0.
And he just says, he's like, yeah, things were getting pretty bleak in the Dale, and money was pretty much of no use for a bit, and everything was kind of in a trade barter services thing. So I guess I can.
What you're saying is you don't have a job.
My job was to save the Dale.
I mean, our job is similar, and we have plenty of money. So
He like looks in his. He like looks around. He's like,
Can I toss some gold pieces on the ground?
he looks down, and he is also a paladin. But he goes like, "Ah, shoot! Someone has lost their gold. Did you see anyone drop any gold? We must return this to its rightful owner."
Hey, finders keepers.
Is that the law in these lands?
That's it. That's what they say.
This kid's just shell shocked, has no fucking clue what's going on. He has no idea who you are, except for you're with his dad, who he hasn't seen in years and years and years.
Okay, I've dropped 9 gold pieces.
Gang's like, well, it seems that you are kind of a jerk, so I will offer you 1 gold piece.
well, it seems to me that you have 9. I think that these are worth 10, but I will take 9.
He just gives you the 9 gold pieces and takes them and says, "This is exhausting." and just looks, he's like, "Father, who is this man?"
This is Felix. He stumbled upon us and then never left. I don't really know.
No, he was asking who.
Talking about Carrick.
who's Carrick.
Oh, yeah, Carrick's a wizard. He found me in the woods, almost dead, and he's a man of few words. But so just mostly ignore him.
Okay. I mean, obviously, I can't. I can't. I would normally have gotten a little mad there and challenged him to a duel, but I saw him teleport us across what I imagine was a very long ways, so I think I would lose that one. Anyways, so yeah, you guys are just kind of walking through Zadash, getting done with these kind of chores that you need to do before you need to head out to Harrow Hall, which it's still pretty. Actually, so time zone was shifted. It's a little bit later, so it's probably early afternoon, probably like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So if you wanted to ride through the night, you could get to Harrow Hall probably in the early morning, or you could
Stay at the fancy hotel.
go halfway and then camp and then go the other halfway.
I say we just stay the night and go
Stay
to
the
the
night
nice
early in the
hotel.
morning.
Yeah, go to the nice hotel. Let Soren experience some some lavish.
Something nice. Okay, yeah. So same thing. I think the Pillow Trove all said and done. If you want to do like food, entertainment, and that for everyone would be about 100 gold for all 5 of you. So
I'm gonna cover that.
okay, cool. You also could have just stayed at your parents' house.
No, they're what? Yeah, I guess we could have done that, but
It's
they're
just
not
an
there.
empty
They're at
house.
Harrow Hall.
Actually,
Yeah.
you have no clue. It might be sold.
Yeah, let's go find out, and then
you do actually go there. Let's actually just roll to see if it's sold. Nope, it's not sold, but there is a like for
there's a
sale
for sale
sign.
sign.
It's yeah. You do.
I will
notice,
say
though-
you all have been here before. Do you guys want to stay here? Or should we go to the fancy hotel? My parents won't mind.
Let's go squat.
I just
Yeah,
picked
it's
the lottery.
essentially. Yeah, it's essentially. Do you pay 5 gold to stay or 100 gold to stay? You guys are so rich, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Pillow Trove.
Yeah, so you stay there. What you do, everyone make a perception check as you're walking through the city. So, uh, kind of notice two major things that are happening. Felix, as you're walking around, you see that the streets aren't bustling or like moving. In fact, like a lot of shops are closed. Like, so while you're doing all this shopping, like it does take a little bit longer than you think that it should have because yeah, shops are closed. Like you don't see many people. You don't see many guard or like kind of like the last time you guys were here, it was very much like getting fortified, like war has started and that. But yeah, you don't see many people around. Like even inside the Tri-Spires, when you guys go to stay at your hotel, the hotel like looks just happy to have some business. It's um really dead and like they're like, well, yeah, we're sorry we can't provide the same amenities that we normally do. Supplies have been, you know, being moved east and that. So uh yeah, so that's like you notice that. And then Carrick, you also like the thing that you kind of pick out of that is really about like the guard, and that is like maybe one or two posted in places like when you guys walk through to the Tri-Spire where you guys used to have to like either sneak in or have your badges that you got. There's like one guard standing there, just kind of checking, but uh, seems everyone that you do also meet seems on edge and very reclusive. That's kind of why you notice it, Carrick, because everyone's acting like you as opposed to like talking and doing that. Just very like shuttered and like quiet. So that's what you notice as you're going through the city.
I like where this town is headed.
So
Eric, what happened to you, man? You used to be. Never mind, you've always been this way. Okay, cool. Can we talk to the guard and leave Soren kind of out of the way so he's not noticed because he won't have a little badge, but see if we can get any kind of information about like what the situation is.
uh
Talk to the guard
Yeah.
who's like checking badges and stuff.
yeah, like you can see he just is looking like bedraggled, like trying to do as good as he can. It's like at a football game when you just are have like 15 people going through the scanner and no one like it's doing nothing because you have 20 people who was the one that set it off type thing. Yeah, so he's just sitting there and he like takes a second. Like there aren't that many people coming through, and so talking to him, he goes, "Hello, welcome to the Tri-Spires. Oh, I see you're good. You have you're that. Please have a nice day."
What's going on? Why is what's the situation? Why is nobody else here? Why are you the only one checking badges? I don't want a bunch of scrubs in this part of town.
Oh, he goes, oh, sorry, you must have just come in from somewhere. But we've been much of the guard has been shuttling the town folk and helping keep them and moving them south into the west ever since the major defeat on the front lines. We fear that things will be continuing to push into our lands, and we need people of this city to be safe. So I'm sorry. On the plus side, you probably won't find many scrubs there, as they've all kind of fled the city.
Okay.
I'm sorry I don't have much more information about what exactly happened on the front lines. It's just we know that things are starting to push west of the Ashkeeps or Ashkeeper Peaks, and that isn't the best news to hear. So
Alright.
that's why
Let's make our way to Pillow Trove.
Yeah, you guys get to the Pillow Trove. They are trying to be as happy and jovial as that, but it's still a somber mood. You go and kind of get your room set up, and kind of relax and do that. If there's so if there's stuff for the rest of the day or anything else anyone else wants to do.
I may venture to a platinum house with and bring Soren, and
Okay.
you know, I don't know if either of
Yeah,
us are
easy.
quite ready to have like a chat about everything, but just give him a place of quiet and reflection.
Yeah, and you see that kind of it does him good to be in a place of worship. It's your worship, but like looking at him, he is like seems like very much like in not like the niceness of your armor. He's not in full plate. He's got kind of like a busted up half plate that he's been wearing a longer or a great sword much like you, but in definite like well kept, but definitely has seen better days, just because of the quality that it was originally made with. But you don't see any like token of any specific god on him, but he does appreciate just being taken to a house of worship to kind of stand, because it is something familiar. Like in this strange land, at least the gods are the same. So he goes he goes with you and just kind of like sits and reflects inside the Platinum House on one of the pews with you, and is you see like the tenseness in his shoulders kind of relaxes a bit, seeming nice to find a piece of familiarity after 24 hours of your entire world being rocked. So
Before we leave here, since we're settling in for the night, I was thinking we could hit when we came back, but I don't know if we'll have time for that. I think we should. I would like to get his a new set of armor, maybe, and check out if he wants to pick out a different sword.
oh, okay. So
Very, very much giving like, I've been out of your life for so long, and I want to make it up to you. Trying to make it up to you via
That and Thel is like a little OCD about his armor looking like shiny, and probably it just like keeps bothering him looking at like this dented ass armor. It's like, no, we got to fix this. The military commander, right? Like the military specification in him is like,
and you kind of give him that, like he like initially is like, no, I don't need anything. Everything here serves me just fine. Uh, don't worry about it. But you kind of like point around to him and just like what you had heard, like war is coming. Like sorry that you went from one battleground where it seems like actually might have won, and now you're in another one, and it pays to be safe. So yeah, he doesn't want a set of full plate. He's not as big as you. It does seem to be cumbersome. So you can get him a set of half plate. It is upcharged a bit because of the current status of
makes sense.
Got a that's a +1 that I'll just give you guys to help barter with, because it's an extra list on my extra. Yeah, take it.
Oh, because you have your security armor now?
I have a good magic breastplate, but I don't know from where, have a breastplate +1, and it's just
Okay.
cluttering up my list of shit.
Half plate armor cost 750. So yeah, with that other breastplate, you can get it for 750. It would normally be 1,000.
Okay.
And then just getting him a new sword. He actually asks not for a new sword, but just to get this one repaired.
Okay, that's what I almost was
so you're-
like. If he wanted to pick out a sword, but I could tell that one is well kept, so it might be more.
Yeah, it's kept
tied
as
to
well
him.
as it can, so you're able to like take it to one of the forges, the Hammer and Tongs, which is a place that you had actually gone to before, and you're able to get it kind of silvered and taken up. It'll be ready in the morning. That will cost you another 125 gold. But yeah, so with Soren re-kitted, probably go and like replace the clothing that he's on. Like you can tell, like it's not doesn't quite fit in because it's bulky winter clothing that the weather here is not really for that right now. It is still early spring, but it's definitely a lot warmer than the perpetual -10 that he was in. So replacing his clothes, you can see that when it comes like picking out colors, where yours are like blue and silver, very much of the platinum dragon. His he just picks out just like a stark white. So uh so yeah, you refitted your son, and he's not acting like a son, he's acting like a um uh just like a thankful like soldier under you essentially at this point. It's like thank you very much. Doesn't call you dad or anything like that. He's like, I very much appreciate this. I'm sure it'll come into good use wherever I end up going, which is I guess something I have to figure out. I know not what it seems you are on some important task. But I'm here in a city, and it seems that there is need for people here. So I'm happy to stay and help these people as it seems they need help, or perhaps follow you if that is in the cards.
Yeah,
At least for a while.
we're returning to our keep. I would love for you to at least come and see where it is. I do think at some point we should sit and we should talk, but let's get back first.
That I can agree with that. And no. So yeah, you anything else that for the other people, or are you just enjoying the nice but definitely more meager than what you had? The juxtaposition to where you were on the beach at the Lava Chateau is a little jarring right now. Like you were at the nicest hotel in one place and it was phenomenal, and now you're at the nicest hotel in this other place, and it's kind of like it's like going to a hotel in Vegas to then going to a hotel in Wendover. Nice still, but definitely yeah, especially since you had stayed here before and how nice it had been. But okay, what y'all doing?
Is there anywhere I can figure out this magic brass ring that can't be identified? I think we tried last time to identify it and couldn't. So I don't know if that just can't be identified as permanent.
I need to hold, please. I need to remember what that was. Let's see. Okay, so you can try, like, the only place that you would know would be to go to that invulnerable vagrant. That seems like the place with the most magic here. If you go and present it to the proprietor, comes out and like uses these goggles and he goes, well, it's definitely magical, but you said you couldn't identify it. Like, perhaps, give me a second. Ah, I see. So, this happens sometimes with very potent magic items, or very rare, or very cursed. I can tell you. It probably requires a different spell. The spell's called referred to as a legend lore, which could possibly figure out what this ring is, but no guarantees. And uh, it's a relatively high-priced or relatively advanced magic, but also can be quite costly to cast. It's not a service that we provide. In fact, I would have to go and restudy up some things for me to do it, but that's what I can tell you. And he hands the brass ring back.
So saying cursed. So I shouldn't just put it on
Possibly,
to identify it.
possibly. I can't totally tell you what, but
Okay.
so yeah. So that's what he gives you. He says, sadly, we don't have a scroll to kind of learn that spell. It would have to probably come from one of the bigger libraries up in Rexentrum, but quite honestly, you're going to be having a hard time finding much of anything. You can even see here my wares are pretty empty because of the less than stellar war effort that's going on. So I do have a couple items. He pulls out this telescope and these other things. It's but sadly, not much in the realm of magic items anymore.
How about rope?
What?
How about rope? You got any rope?
He says, well, I can. The Weavers Guild is down the street. I'm sure that they have plenty.
Some
He
rope.
takes the telescope and just you can see he looks at it. He's like, someday, and puts it away. You go buy some rope.
Charlie Branson's always got
Go
fucking
buy
rope.
a shit ton of rope.
How many lengths of rope are you gonna buy?
Everybody's gonna have 4 on them. It's salt rope too, so it's like
So you buy
Just buy
16 lengths of rope.
I buy 16 lengths of rope. Yep.
16 times 50 is what?
I just always think of Boondock Saints and the fucking rope scene every time we do this. Charlie Branson's always got fucking rope.
So 800 feet of rope. Okay, I think rope is one gold. I think it might be less than that.
Wartime
gold.
upcharge.
You buy 160 pounds of rope.
Is silk less?
If you want silken rope, then it's 10 gold, and then it only weighs 10 pounds. Or no, then it weighs 5 pounds.
Cool.
So
Yep.
you're buying all silken rope?
Yep.
Make this is a shit ton of rope. Make 800 feet of rope in a place that's kind of roll a charisma
DM,
check.
We like using rope, so make sure our encounters require rope.
Rope has been the number one problem solver of this campaign. Let's be honest. So you need to make
Got a problem? Use rope.
charisma roll to see if you can get 800 feet of rope.
We're in wartime London here, and we're trying to buy items in excess.
Okay, I'll say with a 7, you can get half that amount.
Okay, that's all I wanted, anyways.
Okay, just curious. 400 feet of rope at Home Depot.
I don't think that's that much, actually.
No, it's not. Half inch, 600 twisted. Or here we go. I mean, it depends on how thick of rope you want.
I mean, I'm saying silk rope is probably just paracord, right?
I don't think that exists. I don't think that they have the
Yeah,
rubber in the
that's
middle of it.
That's my conversion, because I don't know what the fuck silk rope is. So
I mean, the hempen rope's much easier to do. So, 400 feet of twisted nylon rope is $129 at half-inch thick, which is decent.
it just be its own backpack of rope, like the amount
Yeah.
of carrying that rope.
Deep. You'd go down a deep dive of rope.
So it was
So yes,
10 gold each,
you
right?
what?
It was 10 gold each.
For
Right.
the silken rope, yes. So,
80.
40 gold. Everyone gets a rope.
Just Oprahing rope now.
You get a rope.
Soren's like,
So
you give
that's all
Soren rope, and
here.
he's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do with this? Like, he doesn't really have like a bag that can hold it. He's just like, I have rope now.
You get him a backpack. You get him his Jan Sport to go to school. Anything from the other two?
Nope.
Nope. You already got everything you wanted.
I got everything I need, plus rope.
Plus a rope. Okay, so yeah, you guys have a nice, simple evening. Kind of still recuperating. The nice thing about here is that it's still like a little rainy and cloudy because when you guys first got to Zadash and it being sunny on the beach, you had some very like clocked in the head by the sun that you hadn't seen for pretty much a month underground. So yeah, so it's nice. You guys get good sleep. You're still dog tired from the past 2 months, but it seems no rest for the wicked as you that. Oh, by the way, did you respond to Giannis at all?
No, we're just gonna show up.
Okay. Yeah, because they have no clue where you are. They're like, well, they could be dead under the ground. Who knows? So yeah, you all get a rest, and it's the next morning. Harrow Hall, like honestly, you guys have taken horses there before, but you had to kind of dismount because it was through the woods. So honestly, walking is just as good as anything else. So if you guys leave very early in the morning, you can get there probably by dinner time, probably like 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Yeah. Is that just you guys head out?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so walking through
Gonna check on
the
our
woods.
keys.
Yep, walking through the woods, what you do actually notice is that after you get about 2, 3 miles into the woods, it almost feels like a fairly decent carved out path has started. Like you see like where logs were moved and brush was cleared. So it seems like over the past, while you've been gone, while still keeping it relatively secret in that the trail doesn't start immediately at the edge of the forest, it does go, and you can see like cart marks like and horse hooves. So traveling through here is very, very easy now. Like there's no survival check to accidentally get lost. You get about halfway there and you do see a little turnoff, and where that entrance to the back entrance, not the way that you guys originally went, or no, was it the way you went in? No, you fell through originally. The back entrance, which by the way, that hole that has been repaired, it is no longer an open pit that you see that like some level of like wood and then moss had been put over it to start growing, so it looks natural, so people aren't going to come in and steal your cheese. You come around to the to the back entrance where you've delivered some of your cheese, and you're immediately hit with the aroma of different cheeses and that. So you start walking down. See a small torch seems to be lit down at the bottom, and as you're coming down, are you guys just traipsing down or trying to make your presence known, or are you sneaking, or
Does anything seem afoot?
I don't think we have a reason to sneak. Like maybe we should, but I don't feel like we would be sneaking for any reason.
I mean, they
Yeah.
said that people failed, so I don't know. As long as they're not like setting a trap for us if the other people succeeded.
Yeah.
Pinned us down, trying to put us in our own.
Yeah. As you're doing down, and you have a decent amount of armored people coming down this kind of echoes down, you hear a voice just say, "I didn't think we were getting a shipment until tomorrow." Hello?
Inspection.
Inspection? Who the fuck is this?
Hammond, is
Johnny.
that you?
Who?
Is that who's running? Is it Hammond? Is it
No,
our
this
quartermaster?
is a voice you do not recognize.
Oh shit. We're the four daddies. Who the fuck are you?
I was about to say Jerry again. There were so many Jerrys in this world. It's me, Tasker. Guard duty. You said the four daddies? Got any proof of that? Don't want no trouble.
Come on up here. I got your proof right here.
He like kind of takes the torch and kind of like looks up and just sees like, obviously you've been described. You've never seen this guy before. He's like, "Ah, shit, it is you guys. I've only heard, and those weird pictures that are in the main in the throne room of the hall. Welcome back." Yeah, I've only been working here for about 3 weeks. They just want to make sure nothing like gets in and fucks up with the cheese. But sorry about that. You want to come down?
Yeah, let's go.
So you guys go down, and he's like, "Wow, really, really cool." And yeah, thanks for the employment. I guess you're my boss. That's much better than going out on the front lines. Fuck, shit's whack. And shows you and like kind of walks you around, and you see like it was just that one main room that you had originally started with. That room is getting pretty packed, and he's like, "Yeah, so a few of us have come down here. Like you can see, like there's like it looks like an actual operation going on in here. Not just some shelves with some cheese, and then it's like we've cleared out the two other alcoves. Like we're trying to figure out there was that weird trap room, which would be great to use if it wasn't for the fact that the floor fucking moves. So still kind of working on that. So maybe kind of segregate some of the cheese and do some different molds is what I've been told in that room, because right here we just kind of have our normal the bread and butter. I guess it's not butter, it's cheese. Over here, just the stuff that we've been doing. Yeah, cool to see you guys. So you are really like under the world. That's what everyone was saying, is that you were going perhaps underneath an island or something. That's rad.
I don't know where you heard that, but
Well, I mean, people talk like at the hall.
It's really not
You
that
guys are
easy for people like us.
what?
we've
It's
been down under many islands.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, I'm just here. I'm here for about 3 days. Like you see, he points out like in this room, there's like a small cot set up and like a little kitchen area or like just a little like camp area for. It's like yeah, we just kind of send someone down here, get switched out every 3 4 days. Um, cool. Well, nice to meet you guys. Are you back for a while? I know that people have been a little, you know, before I left the hall, things were a little dicey. I know it seemed there were some people in some very foul moods. But yeah, anything else I can help you with?
I want one of each of the cheese, please.
Quality control.
Okay. He
You did say
goes and
inspection.
you did. He goes like, okay, give me a second, and he like in that little camp area, he has like a little plate of the different cheeses, you know, because that's probably part of his payment is being able to eat the cheese that while he's here, and has some bread and says like, here you try. So we just got the regular cheese, the moldy cheese, and the really hard cheese. I I personally really like the really hard cheese, but I have also eaten so much of this cheese I can't totally tell you sometimes.
Try some of each.
Try some of each. Um, it all tastes really fucking good. It's like a good like the blue cheese or the moldy cheese is like a good like Roquefort style, like very like green chunks in it. Like just it's amazing how quickly it's molded, but I guess it has been quite a long time. The like one is just like a simple like soft cheddar, and the last one is like a very harder, more aged cheddar that again you're like, how the fuck is it aged this long? Because we've been gone 2 months and this is not how cheese works.
Like how we just teleported across space and time, and we're like, well, how does the cheese age so quickly?
Yeah, you think that something's going on with this cheese. It can't be magic. Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
cheese
just
taste.
keep one of each. So I'm gonna keep like I don't know, a block of each one of them. Just
Okay, you
for
keep so yeah, you have about we'll just say a quarter pound of each type of cheese.
well,
Um, yeah. So anything else you want to do in the cheese house? There is still a puzzle in this dungeon that you guys just never did because you opened the door with your hands instead. Because you said fuck these puzzles. Yeah. So you guys
continue our
leave
commitment. Fuck the puzzle.
and what?
We continue our commitment to fuck those puzzles.
Okay, perfect.
Do our vows.
Yep, you continue your way to Harrow Hall, and as you pull up, you see like on the outside, it's looking pretty good. That dugout river has actually filled the moat completely now. Like, so you have a real moat, a real drawbridge. Um, there's no longer a whole bunch of dead skeletons in the, or maybe there are still buried under the water. Um, some of the damage that's been done outside of the hall is kind of all been repaired. Like in the past 2 months, there's been quite a bit of work done, and this place is looking pretty dang nice, just at least just from the outside. Um, you kind of get the same, won't do it again, the same like hassle from like there's 3 guards standing up on top of the parapets in the watchtower, like, who comes? Present yourselves. And then you hear like just like you hear like a clang of armor, and Hammond comes out. He's like, never mind the new guys. Come on in. And the drawbridge comes down. You guys cross. Uh, in this case, like Soren is just agog. Like every single moment is something that he is not expecting. He's like, wow, this guy that's my dad just has this fucking keep with a giant cheese house a couple miles away. Like, what is going on? Is this real life? He was just a soldier as far as I knew.
He's about to be a
so you
big
guys-
recipient of nepotism.
Yeah, so you guys are entering Harrow Hall. Let's see, I think we have a map for that. Where did I put it? Nope, not there. In here? Yes, it's in here. Nope, it's not in there. For Daddy's Adventures. There it is. Okay. I'll be right back. Oakley is running amok and barking, and they're going to call the cops on us again.
You say again?
Yeah, I was like, come what? Feel like I need more information.
Yeah.
No, what it was last year or 2 years ago, year and a half ago. We came home and there was just a note on us on our door from the cops saying your dog was barking. We weren't home, and I'm like, people could come and talk to us, and I'll make sure that he stays inside. You don't need to call the fucking cops. But it's the damn squirrels. So I'll be right back.
In other news, water is wet. Dogs bark at squirrels. Who knew?
On the note of the Ravens, in one of my fantasy leagues, I have Lamar Jackson, and that has been a very disappointing choice.
Yeah, I think it's just been he's been under fire so much because his offensive line is truly trash. And then he got injured and he hasn't really been playing the way he normally plays. He started showing like sparks of himself last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a not great season for him. It's not really his fault even. Like he's still great, but yeah, it's been tough.
Currently have negative points from him.
Currently,
Currently.
sick. Haven't been keeping up. Don't really want to.
I have to win this game, so I can't get last place again.
How close is it?
41% versus 59% win percentage.
Oh, it's close. You could do it.
I currently have 0 points from most everybody. Should have started Trevor Lawrence.
He's doing well today.
He has 24 points in the first half.
Okay, well. Oh, I'm not playing this week anyway. I went to check my lineup earlier if I was panicking because I hadn't looked at it all week. And I was like, oh, yeah, I have a first round bye in our playoff. So
You suck. I have a first round bye in the toilet bowl in one of my leagues.
My team's so bad.
I listen to Casuals with Katie Nolan. I don't know if anyone else here does.
Mm-mm.
But one of their producers is they don't watch football. They don't participate in football. So they made the fantasy team, and she has won every game except for one by a wide margin. She's
That's
averaging, I
funny.
think, like 135 points a game.
sometimes it pays to be lucky in fantasy.
Yeah, but she's got like Puka Nakua and Caleb Williams and Christian McCaffrey. You know, just some top players this year.
That's funny.
Be honest, I'd be curious when she drafted Williams because Williams has shined this year but has been rocky
Yeah,
before. How's our Gollum friend looking? Have we given him a good shine? Is he looking clean?
Yeah. So you guys walk into the main area of Harrow Hall, so the front area. You do see like there's quite a few other things. Like there are some other small buildings that have been popped up that seem kind of like extra storage and barracks and things like that. Just kind of over here, back over by the stables and over by the armory and that. You hear just like the general din of a keep running itself. There's actually like over here in the stables, or by near the stables, is a pin, like right around there. That's just growing a bunch of potatoes.
Hang on.
And other places that have just been made up to, like, this place was in fine shape. It was a little dusty and cobwebby, but just kind of some other niceties that things need. Like, this is a fully functional place that, if perhaps under siege, could defend and live, because you have a food supply, you have these different things, and just kind of amazing the amount of stuff that can happen over 2 months. By the way, I rolled for how well Harrow Hall was doing, and it is doing very, very well. Like, especially like in this wartime thing, like having stable food items like the cheese, like on a constant delivery, has been much more lucrative than you originally would have thought. It's a needed commodity.
You're
Yeah,
benefiting from suffering of the land, basically.
Yeah.
Love it.
We hadn't checked our log sheets in a while on our gold. How are our coffers?
Yeah, so for that, you need to go and see what's happening. So let's see. I have notes for this. So you come in. Hammond comes down and greets you, and he says, "Wonderful to see you home. I know that Giannis had sent message to return when you would. We did not think that it would be 2.5 days later. So it's good to have you back. You can see things are under repair. Um, Sadly, much of our forces, our mercenary groups, are out on mission. I'm sure that Jonas and Yenra can give you more information on that, but it is sad. War is a decent time for a mercenary company, especially when a war is going as poorly as it seems. So,
How's our zealot recruitment, Hammond? How are our followers?
That way you're turned
oh,
into
you
a
think
cult.
you set up that little church?
Yeah, I want my Bahamut following army. That's my goal.
Says, we've had one or two. This will be your thing because everyone's gonna get to roll a d20 to see how any like special project that they wanted to have happen while they were gone. You can roll a d20 plus your charisma to see how well your zealot army is going.
That's the most like unintentionally. Yeah.
And you got a natural 20.
Yeah.
Says you would not believe the recruits that we got. Like most of the mercenaries, they're in their own world, but you would not believe the amount of people that needed God that came when we employed them into the service of guardship here. It's really turned their lives around. So
It's great to hear.
I would say pretty much every guard that is still here, of the 15 we now employ, have all come to see find help from Bahamut.
All right.
So
15. My head count is 15. Okay, cool. Good to know.
I don't know if I'd call it an army or not, and none of them are obviously displaying powers that you have or that I once had, but
It's okay.
it's something.
This is
They
a
found a place
sanctuary,
here.
and it's a start. Good job, Hammond.
More than anything, they have found a place here and would do much for the benefits and the life that has they've been given living here. We can chalk that up to Bahamut, or we can chalk it up to the positive work atmosphere that we have built here at Harrow Hall. Okay, so that's one of the things. So yeah, he just kind of shows you around a little bit of like what's happening. You still have your giant moose that's just in the stables, walks around, as well as your other couple horses. You hear clanging in the armory, which is he shows you that it's like very well equipped now. There's a bustling fire, and really, while there's not a need to be making weapons, it is definitely just like doing things more like making nails, making like stuff to fix and still do the repairs. Because while the place is looking good, there's still some repairs because it was just abandoned for a zillion years. So there's all of that going on. Yeah, what do you guys do from here?
I'd like to go see how my parents are doing and see how the business is doing because my dad is the bookkeeper.
Yeah. Okay, so you ask Hammond about that. He's like, okay, yes, most of the bookkeeping has been moved to I could probably delete a lot of these things. I don't think that the dead spiders are still there. Or the Bahir. Um, Most of the bookkeeping has been moved up into the study upstairs. So you guys just look upstairs where the thing with all the books is. You can see like all the cobwebs are gone. You go up there and you find your dad, whose name I'm blanking. Where's my notebook?
Yeah, me too.
What is Felix's dad's name? Felix's dad is up there, and he goes, "Huh, son, you've made it back. Good to see
Always do.
you." Somehow, I hope you were successful on your journey.
Oh yeah, we got what we needed. Now we're back to see how things are going.
Dope,
Things
team.
are going
Coming along.
quite well. He opens up the books, and he's like, "This is just the books. Giannis can tell you more of the, you know, day to day and the current status of our employees and that, but I can at least show you the book. So go ahead and roll a d20, and for this, just add a +5.
D20. Oh my god.
Okay,
Sick.
so it has been doing fine baseline. This was like your bonus to see how like extra good it was doing, because like I said, I've rolled for most of them. So things have been good. We did have a little dip with a lot of the repairs, but that's to be known, and he shows you like the ledger book, and you can see like where it switches from, like, it was originally black and then it was in red for a bit, and now it's very much in the black. It's like, yes, we have no reason to think that uh, we'll ever be back in the red again, but if you follow these lines, and he says, like, shows the contracts going, he says, we did have to sadly focus on money as opposed to favor and different things from our recent deployments of our mercenaries. So while no gifts or notoriety may have come, we have definitely filled our coffers up, and we currently have a surplus of about 12,000 gold pieces, which is more than enough to run this place for the next year and a half, even if we do no work. So we're doing good.
Excellent.
It looks great. The repairs look good. It's a lot of great work.
Yes, it was hard without having, you here. We kind of had to rely on kind of myself and Giannis and Hammond to decide how best to work this little keep into something sustainable where we could possibly recruit more and grow, as opposed to just resting on our laurels. So we hope that we have done well.
No better men.
Huh?
No better men to run it.
Yeah. Yes, your mother's downstairs still running the kitchen and the cheesery. That's also, if you look here on our ledgers, a lot of our initial income went to producing more of the magical cheese making vats to increase not capacity, increase cheese throughput. And cheese is honestly now subsidizing most of the wages for the guard and the other employees we've hired. We were just kind of making all of the cheese stuff up with what limited knowledge we did, and he's like, yes. Luckily, there was a good library, one of them being quite useful in kind of perfecting our craft, but we did hire a professional cheeseman. What is a cheesemaker called?
A cheesemonger, because a cheesemonger is like a proprietor, right?
Yeah.
A cheesemonger,
What is
cheesemaker.
a cheesemaker called?
A cheesemaker.
What?
It's a cheesemaker.
Oh, um,
Unless you want to use the French word or the historical word.
the French word would be fromagière.
Yeah, there we go. Always French.
Yes, and he will be wait. Okay. Yeah, but it is actually simply a cheesemaker. Yeah, we call him the cheesemaker. He prefers fromagière. Um, don't pay him any mind. He's very good at his job. Just a little um, different. I'm sure you'll meet him. Um, uh, his name is, what's a good French name that's not Pierre?
Jacques.
His name is Jules. Jules, he doesn't like it when you call him Jules, by the way. He's Jules the fromagière, not Jules the cheesemaker. Trust me, you don't want to mess it up.
Well, we need to talk to him before we leave on whatever we're doing next, because we got to get started on the Bahamut blend.
The Bahama blend?
Bahamut blend. Increase our
Yes.
recruitment.
And also, he's like, also, we did get that package of Shakey's stuff.
Oh yeah, how's that working out?
It's we aren't making a ton of it. It's going to be more of a seasonal thing, I think. We're preparing to release it in the summer or late spring, so people get ready for the coastal things. I don't know. I just do the books.
Yeah, we'll talk to Jules.
Jules.
I'm gonna keep
He
calling him
says-
Jules.
Good luck. He is like, it's great to see you, but I do have some just small accounting. I must go talk to Hammond about some things. I will be I'll be around if you need me in a bit. So he leaves. Next up, who goes where? Oh, while you're up here, you do run into Tiburon, the wizard, the wizard dragonborn. He goes, "Oh, hello, sirs. It's so good to see you're back. I was just grabbing one of the reference tomes here. We've been good at work. Good at work. I've been overseeing the creation of more of our cheese-making vats, as well as tinkering here and there. But if you'd like to come to my office, not office, the observatory, I can kind of show you what we've been doing here. There's some things you might find of note, Sir Carrick. He follows. He says, please come," and he takes you to the observatory. That's the number 15 room, and he says, "Well, look, we've got it down to almost a science in building these cheese bins. I've been working very hard though to increase capacity because right now it's eventually we'll run out of room for these vats, and if we could just make them able to produce more, we could definitely do that. We're getting close. But I just haven't been able to quite find this last piece of the enchantment. It's not. I can only expand it so hard. I just haven't been able to figure it out. Perhaps a mage of your caliber could help with this last piece. I have this one nearly done. I've just been tinkering with it.
Yes, this does seem to be suited to my skill set.
Okay.
Yeah.
D20 plus Arcana.
Okay. Jesus. Arcana. Oh, I should have just wrote 10
So it's plus 10.
plus 10.
So with a 14, he says, I see. Like, and like as you're kind of warping it and you guys are working together, you're probably being totally silent and he's having to like just extrapolate what you're doing. And, he goes to a book and flips it. He's like, that's the piece. I'll have to think on this. I think we'll need a supply. Perhaps by next time you head out, I can give you a list of things we may need.
Oh, a cheese quest.
A cheese quest, if you will.
Yes.
Oh,
You
that was enough. Thank you.
perfect. You just let me know what we need to pick up to finish this project, and we will be sure to take a look for it.
Of course. I don't know if this is normal Dungeons and Dragons, but this is the weirdest thing. We must make a bigger cheese bin to make more cheese.
We must increase our cheese empire.
Our
So
cheese
committed-
empire and
So we can spread our religion across the land.
He's committed to the cause. I
we
gotta
will
give him
use
that.
the current hardships of the world under war to build our empire.
He's a
To
dragon.
be fair, we didn't do anything when we were on the island. We should have set something up. That's our
Yeah.
bad.
Are we the
Network.
baddies?
A network of cheese spreading.
Are we capitalism?
Hey, those kobolds are setting up a convent of Bahamut followers or whatever.
Yes.
So
You guys are one religious pilgrim and at least two cheese capitalists, and then there's Christopher. No, Christopher is also. Christopher just made cheese for the love of it. Anyways, yeah. So Tiburon says he'll talk to you in a bit. He says, "Oh, one other thing. I cannot take all the credit for this. Swinton, that squirrely little man has done quite a bit. He's actually become, in his time, moved away from the medicinal arts and moved in to become quite the fine alchemist. He's been able to rapidly, using some of his tinctures, rapidly increase the aging process of our cheeses so that they are ready in no time flat and ready for consumption.
Totally
I
gonna
would like
cause
that
that
guy.
if they know.
Is he better? Is he a better? Oh, what would that be? I just looked this up. There's a word for cheese ager, affineur. Is he a better affineur than he is a physician?
Yes, quite so. He's still called on from time to time to heal or to stitch up some of the recruits if something goes awry on the training field, and he is capable. He just isn't very likable.
Yes. Well,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
he is the decent physician. You have to remember he did remove a weird slug thing from your friend, right?
I mean,
Not willingly. We had to force his hand a little bit.
a little bit. I think we get some of that credit. Yeah.
You did help him get his device.
Well, and Christopher has told
Yeah,
me
I
a couple
mean,
times
really, did
late at night
we were
around the
there.
campfire that he still feels the wriggling, so we're not quite sure. You know, maybe there's a little remnant.
Okay. Yeah, Swinton's probably somewhere doing his chemistry. Okay. I guess that leaves to go check on the actual cheese production before heading to the main room. So you guys head down to the kitchen. That's number 7. You see, as you walk through the dining hall, there are a few people eating, a small meal. You actually see Spuds. No, Spuds was out there working on the potatoes out there. He seemed very much in his element and didn't say hello. So you guys head to the kitchen and you see your mom. I'm pretty sure your mom's name is Sheena.
That sounds right.
Pretty sure it's Sheena. You see your mom, and she's just kind of like taking note on each of the vats. You do see here like what Tiburon was saying. There's like 4 or 5 vats down. Like the wall that's on the side has been taken down to just have more of the vats. So there's still a working kitchen, but most of it are these vats, and you can see like there like kind of is like a half-built doorway going out to where you see the small like kind of start of an expansion back here to house more of these items. So that's, you can definitely see like we're running out of room, so we need to figure out how to increase capacity without having to double our footprint. And hopefully magic can do that. But your mom was also, Felix, honey, and the rest of you, please come in. I'm sure you're hungry. It's nearly dinner. Because we have some chickens roasting in the oven. They'll be ready soon. Welcome back. As you can see, here's our small little cheese empire. We're producing roughly, like she's doing the math, like roughly 50 pounds a day. No, it wouldn't be that much. It would be 20 pounds a day. There we go.
Not as excellent, but still excellent. How much is that? Is that? I don't know what like the small
So when
cheese
you
or
look at like
cheese
a regular block of cheese to shred, that is about a pound.
No, I'm saying like I don't know what like a small time cheese maker like averages. I'm not talking about like Tillamook or something. I'm talking about like your local the Beehive cheese place.
Does Beehive cheese make in a year?
A lot more cheese than I thought.
500 pounds of cheese annually.
Okay. So just divide that by 365.
Oh,
Hmm.
that was in the early days, yeah.
This is not much.
20 pounds a day?
No, I'm saying 500 pounds in a year is not much.
Yeah. They are now producing about 1 million pounds
a year. Okay, that makes.
Yeah. So you are still a smaller cheese company, but 365 times 20, you're making 6,000 pounds a year.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not
Also,
bad.
what's the population of that? Like, where?
Do we have? Sorry, go ahead, Chris. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, just yeah. What's like? How many people live in this entire place?
The Dash has a population of I think 60,000. So your number one consumer would be a population of, if you probably said this entire area excluding Rexentrum, so if you were looking at the map that we were on, so from Trostenwald to Zadash, maybe up to Barrelbin, and then Comorta and Diastock, you'd probably be looking at tops 100,000 people.
You have to adjust your expectation to like what that is. Yeah. What the population is.
What
Yeah.
what percent of the population can afford cheese?
Oh yeah, please break down the
Do a demographic survey to kind of get some market research for.
You guys are being a general cheesemaker, because you are small, are not focused purely on artisan goods to be sold to the rich. You are also producing the commoditized cheese that anyone could buy for a copper.
Have we secured any major contracts with like the restaurants and hotels in town? Make sure we're there, the main suppliers.
I think we gotta work on that.
This is just turning into a board meeting.
You have not focused on marketing. Your biggest marketing is the fact that this is the cheese that comes from a highly successful mercenary group.
Right. Speaking of the mercenary group, do we have anyone who can be a forager? I would like someone to I would like my mother to start working on getting some special magic mushrooms and making that like another part of the business.
Okay.
But we can't do that unless someone can forage. I'm not saying we got to do that right now, but you know.
If you were thinking that, like, that's something that you could do. I mean, Chris hasn't gotten to roll.
Yeah, well, I'm not
gets
gonna
to roll
take that
the last roll of cheese. We'll say yours is. All right. Is there anything specific that you want to do with the cheese? Like, is it expand into different flavors and styles, or perhaps making magic cheese?
I'm out of cheese ideas.
Okay. Then we'll take that. It's just in general, we'll have you roll it, but so yeah, it's the expanding the breadth of stuff to like make some very niche things. So in Felix's idea, it would be, the getting some foragers to go and find more of those mushrooms, which you would know are down in the Siren Green Forest, probably about a decent distance away, actually. Yeah, about 100 miles away, but 4 days they could go forage some, come back with them. So roll a d20 plus 5. Okay, 13. They say, yeah, that's definitely doable. It's probably like right now, the mom's saying, like, yes, you'll have to talk with Hammond and what kind of staff we have right now. We are a little thin with the current mercenary work going on. I'm sure Giannis and Yinra can fill you in on all of that. So yeah, but we'll start working on that. So I would say that's a success there, but it's because of where everything is right now. Probably expanding to a whole bunch of like new niche things is not really in the books. It's just kind of like staff is limited at this point, and kind of focusing on just expanding this area is maybe what they're really focused on now, and just don't have the manpower to do it. But it's definitely on the books to be done. It is added to the business plan. So that is all of the pieces of this place. You haven't seen Swinton, but who really wants to talk to Swinton? You just know he's doing alchemy stuff to he is creating GMOs. I think that's the closest way to think of it. Or I guess not GMOs, but whatever. Yeah, so their last like stop in really is to number 9 into the main throne room. But by the way, do you guys see Harrow Hall right now?
The inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's weird because like the app still is showing a completely different map than what I have on the actual Roll20.
Oh. Well, this is. I think I'm looking at Harrow Hall.
Yeah, no, you aren't seeing like a world map.
No,
it's definitely.
you've referenced room numbers a couple times that I don't think we can see, but other than that,
Oh,
That's
okay, yeah,
only
you
the DM or DM can see those.
yeah. Here, 1 second, I can change that.
what's this red rectangle behind the kitchen?
That's where they're expanding.
Oh, they're making the kitchen bigger, like
There, can you see all the?
pushing that building out.
There it is.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had where that window is. They kind of like took that down, and there's like a half-built doorway, and then a like the back. It looks like they're starting to build up a small room.
Oh, and up above, that's like attached to the balcony, so we'll have like a wraparound balcony upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got a cool little place here. Okay, yeah, so you guys go into the main hall. You do see what's missing here is a very large table with a map of pretty much all of um, Wynendir, which is kind of this side of the Ashkeeper Peaks and the other side. So give me 1 second and I'll bring that map up. But I need something to eat real quick. So quick little break.
Lamar's throwing 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, since I said that, he's thrown looking a lot better fantasy wise for me.
That 1 interception, though, man.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I don't know. I haven't seen the interception, so I have no idea if it was actually his fault. But a lot of times, a lot of his interceptions are like they bounce off of the guy he's targeting, or
Yeah, it sucks when that happens because
Yeah.
it still counts, but it is not his fault.
the Ravens can win this game. Then I
Yeah.
will not be sad. New England is crushing Buffalo right now, 24-7.
Yeah, it's maybe they are good. Maybe that's what's decided.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're definitely not bad. Been a strange year in the AFC, especially. Like I feel like the AFC's been.
In such a weird year. It's kind of fun for people like me that don't have an actual team. Is I don't really know who's good anymore.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Nobody that you
A
would
bit of
have
a
expected
it's
to
a
be
bit of a
good
transition year. Yeah, we've had some
Yeah.
flips.
is good.
Yeah. It's fun though. It's fun for when you got no one to root for. Although I was really wanting the Lions to do well, and they're suddenly third in the division. So
I really like the Lions a lot.
yeah, Yeah, I'd love to see the Lions actually pull off a championship some year soon, but not looking great this year.
It feels like, at least the Lions, it feels like, is not a poverty franchise the way they once were. If that makes sense. Like, it feels like I think they had the coaching change and the GM change, and they've actually started like the big major culture change
I hope so.
has been good, and I think we'll stay consistent.
Yeah,
And it's hard to win a championship.
it is.
So
It
it's
is.
like,
They can stay like a competitive, fun team to watch. I like the style that they've been playing with the
Yeah.
last couple of years too. They're just fun.
yeah. It's hard sometimes though, because when your team is always competitive, and then it's always well, now what's happening? Like when they're not competitive or there's something bad, you take it so much harder. I guess I don't know. Doesn't
Yeah.
really bother me as much as it used to.
Totally. Like I'm sure Jets fans are just like used to it. Maybe
Yeah,
the one year they got super hyped and a bummer, but
it's like every year is like
I'm talking when what's his bucket broke himself in the first game of the year.
yeah. When Aaron Rodgers tore his
Yeah.
Achilles, I think is the first. I was at a bar watching that in Boston. I was watching Monday Night Football, and
Oh man.
nobody cared because but actually people there cared because it was Boston because Jets are in that conference. But it was very funny.
I feel a little bad. My brother-in-law is a big Giants fan, and when we were out there over the summer, I overheard him on a work call in his office there at the house, going on and on, like, "Oh, you got Russell Wilson, and I'm so excited." And I just was sitting there, just having lived that experience just recently with Russ. I was just like, "Oh no, oh, it's not gonna be good," and I'm so sorry.
I feel like he could not possibly have been paying attention to Russell Wilson the last 5 years if he was excited about it.
Fair. I was a little confused, but we
Yeah,
never
'cause-
actually talked about it. I just heard that, and then I meant to bring it up, and we never did. And now I kind of don't want to talk about it. But if I see him, I'm gonna be
sure.
like, "So, how'd that go?"
How's Russell Wilson? Yeah. Oh man. Remember, do we usually finish up at 1 or 2?
And 2.
Usually about 2. Yeah.
Pico, out. Dogs, out. Miles Garrett has 1 sack today. You didn't get like 8.
How many does he need? For the record?
For the record, I think he. Let's see.
Can't remember.
Miles Garrett. Um. Mm-hmm. He needs 3 more.
Oh, yeah. What was it? He's got a. If he doesn't get it, I'll be upset.
That. It's the only thing that the Browns have going for them.
Yeah. I don't like the Browns. I do like Miles Garrett. The way
Yep.
he plays.
And then the Broncos, how many more do they need?
You're talking, you're muted, TJ. Maybe he's not talking to us. Yeah.
No, you're not talking to us. Okay.
Sorry, I was on a phone call.
They need 4 sacks per game in the final 4 games to tie it.
Yeah, they slowed down a little bit. Last week they got a couple, but 2 weeks ago was really slow. They don't think they got very many.
Yeah. They need 72 and they're at 55. So.
I mean, 4 for a team is not. Like 4 for one person would be a lot, but 4 for a team in a game is not impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Led by Nick
and
Bonito.
how many games? Burrito?
Bonito.
Bonito.
Yes, Nick Burrito.
I don't know how much South Park you guys watch, but in Denver there's a restaurant called Casa Bonita, that the South Park owners are bought, and they're bringing it back. Anyway, they keep Casa Bonito is like a running reference to Nick Bonito. It's funny.
Okay. Okay.
Yo, yeah, I've never been. It sounds batshit crazy, that whole place.
It's basically what the Mayan was here. If you ever went to the Mayan by Jordan Commons. Then it got sued.
Bad food with interesting entertainment.
We need more restaurants with entertainment like that. That's what I say. I told Marisol to take me to medieval times for my birthday.
Shit's fun.
It's been since I lived in Denver. I think I went to Casa Bonito like one time, and I just remember it smelled like mildew. It was just wet in there.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Oh no. Gotta respond to that. Gotta watch dog for an extra day now. Not starting Trevor Lawrence is going to make me lose.
Yeah, that's doing well.
It's 36 points.
I picked up Lawrence when Mayfield got hurt. And I don't think I actually ended up ever playing him because Baker played that next week after he went out at halftime. But so it sounds like next week I might have to actually make a choice there, decide who I'm going to need to start.
I think Toby's gonna lose because of the same choice. She chose to not. Yeah. Because she also has Joe Burrow, and so she decided to play Joe Burrow. But currently, that is looking like the wrong choice.
The second half Ravens are who knows. So
That's when the defense disappears.
it depends. We'll see.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are in the main room, and as you open it, you see 3 familiar people. One of them, though, being quite a surprise. You see Yenra and Giannis kind of poring over this table that has a large map on it, and Chonk. Your old friend Chonk seems to have returned from trying to find that spear that you guys saw fall through the world. Spears everywhere. There's also a few other people that seem battered and bruised. They don't look like anyone that employed here. None of them have like your insignia on them. They just look perhaps like compatriots of Yenra. And as you walk in, everyone looks up and sees you and goes, "Well, welcome back. I did not imagine that you'd be back so soon." Giannis comes over and like gives you guys all a handshake and a hug, and says, "Yes, very nice to have you back. I hope that I've seen business has been going well, but yeah, I think Yinra and her compatriots have a bit more pressing news for you." And Yinra looks. She's like, "Yeah, things aren't great here in Wildmount." She mentions, let's see, can I get to the map that you would want? So we want this. So the map is essentially everything within. Nope. We want freehand. Everything within here. So, it has different markings. Like there's a mark here. There's a mark here. There's a mark, like an arrow pointing up from here. And you see, like, there's just different X's all over it, and I did them in black, but in red ink. And then like it's like a battle map. Fel, you immediately recognize this as like a troops movement map, and you see what you would have expected in this time to be just two armies. Like there's kind of like these little insignias of an owl in different places, which you would imagine represents the Dwendalian Empire. And then there's insignia of a like a 12-sided think of like a 12-sided die, a dodecahedron, which represents probably the dynasty. And then there's a third one, which is like a little marker of a spider that is in between two of them. So Yenner comes and says, "Do you want the bad news or the bad news first?"
Give it to us. Tell us what's going on.
So, when last we met, you guys had chosen to go after the Thunder Spear, which I hope you were successful with. Please tell me you found the spear.
Found the spear. We got massages.
Okay, I don't need to hear about the nice things. Can I see the spear? Just I'm curious if. Yeah, it's got to be in the bag of holding because this. Otherwise, you're just carrying around a 10-foot spearhead everywhere.
I look to Carrick or not Carrick, Christopher and and Thel because we can obviously not pull these out.
Yeah, so pull it out and kind of set it, and she goes. You see her like as it like first comes out, her face lights up, and then after she sees that it's missing the haft, so there's no pole to it, she goes, "Oh, okay, that's wonderful, but not expected. It seems to be missing part of it." Says, "But I'm sure we can figure that out later. Anyways, at least you were successful because, sadly, the other part of our crew, some of them here, some of them dead, some of them incarcerated. It was a little too late. Seems we were correct in that there was a spy inside of the higher ups of the empire that was feeding bad information. And before we were able to expose it, King Dwindle decided to push forward into the lands of Jorhas, only to be met not by one army, but by two. In fact, as the battles were commencing, that third army came in and all but routed many of the forces. And she points to the spiders. It seems that in the mountains there was quite an army of hobgoblins and drow, loyal not to the Luxon and the Bright Queen, but to their old lady Lolth. And they chose this time to attack and weaken both sides of our current war. Coinciding with that, and probably worse, we do not know what happened to the capital of the dynasty, Rosanna. The last word that we got was that the center of the city had fallen into the ground as something massive dug its way out. So where we stand now is with two weakened armies, one without its capital seemingly able to supply any more reinforcements, being constantly pressured by another large army, by an army that we did not even know existed, because it had been hidden from us. And in all the distractions that they built to create this war, it seemed they created a perfect way to take over both Eastern and Western Wyman and Deer. So, as you can see, this is why I say we are kind of fucked in this situation. I believe. I believe, at least in what still intelligence we have, people on the front lines that are able to message back to us magically. We have a few options. The first, run to a different part of this world and seek help there. Doesn't, just to say, the foreign global politics of both of these countries aren't the greatest, so I doubt we'll be getting much help from the likes of people in Taldori or Othinra. But at least we'd be safe. And she just kind of chuckles to herself and then goes grim again. Two, we work to get the two armies that were fighting each other together to fight the third army that has come in, which already seems to be kind of what's happening. Both armies have retreated west to the sides of the Ashkeep. So, like, she circles here and moves the owl and the dodecahedron here, and are currently licking their wounds as it seems the other army has started its way towards Rosanna to seemingly meet up with whatever this dread beast that has risen from the underneath the city before perhaps moving its way west. But with that, the dynasty is cut off from all of its supplies and reinforcements. The beast folk of Asarius were taken by surprise by a detachment of the army, but however, they were able to drive them back. So between the city of Asarius here, the Rockguard garrison here, those are the two kind of strong points that we still have left. And we are by no means tacticians or warriors, but I do believe that the things that we have been doing behind the scenes could matter. That spearhead, if this dread beast that we've heard of coming from the east does appear, I believe that it's going to be needed, much like it was 800 years ago to send Lolth back to the abyss. Even if this is just an aspect of her, that will be enough to probably destroy most of what we know as our countries. However, looking at your spear, I don't exactly know how you throw it.
Don't worry about
So
it.
that's a problem. So that is the state of things. Any questions?
How soon can we move out?
As soon as you are ready,
I
we
need this
have
war to end. We have a cheese empire to build.
yeah.
Where's
You
the
hear this? You suddenly hear Giannis chirps in and he says, "We are currently, as you've seen, relatively unstaffed. Our mercenaries are out, and much of even the guard force that we've hired has been hired by the city of Zadash and the dynasty to begin moving people to the west and setting up kind of tent cities to try to keep the people protected. They are moving west towards Diastok, Morda, or even up to Druvenlode to the northwest. So like kind of like marks like people are moving here, up here, down here, just to get them safe. So we have been paid rather handsomely for those. It's another sad state that war is good money making for people of our skill set.
where? So if you had to draw like a front line of where this is, like what's
So, okay, so let's see. The I'll do this. Let's do a different color. Let's do red because it's bad. Um, so uh, the two armies had originally kind of met in this open field area, like where this X is, and then after part of that fighting, these people coming down from here uh, kind of split off, attacked here and here. Because the two armies were here, they were both kind of caught by surprise and routed, and both of those armies retreated back to here. So after that, though, and after the losses at Asarius, both of these retreated back towards the main city. And so the front line, it would still probably be here. That's as far as the
gotcha? So the tree line or the river ish is kind of a dead
yeah.
zone, and it's kind of yeah, okay.
Yes. However, there's also this city down here that could be also another like possible front line.
That's a city there on that river. Okay.
Yeah. It's around there because I don't have any of the dots here. If we go to this will actually probably be better to look at since it's all on that side. I assume you can't see anything.
The dots.
Yeah, there's a city there by those bridges on the river, kind of on the
Yeah.
east side of that river.
Yeah, so like I had marked before, like this is kind of not that. This is kind of the front line, the edge of this marsh. The other front lines here. That whole battle happened around like this area. And then this is the capital that is gone. However, these people coming up from here were the attackers, and they've pulled back at least somewhere close to Rosanna or in these woods, as it seemed most likely to have whatever force took out that city. And that's where Ginra kind of mentions like we don't know what's going on there. Any people that we had that were giving us information, it is essentially fell silent. So we do not know the current status of the capital city of that up there.
The city on the river, is that fallen or is that just unknown
No,
as
that
well?
they were able to. They had packed in for siege, so they were able to drive back. And it seemed that like after this part had been won, they stopped putting siege to here. So they took heavy casualties, but it's still up.
Yep.
So far as like a city point that could be of use would be the Ashgard garrison, which isn't a city, but that's like the closest empire city, and then Asarius, the city of beasts down here. Those are kind of like all that you have from the empire and the dynasty. There are the two cities up here, but they're very small, like fishing village that they're like you would not expect much to come from there.
So the Empire is
If
really
anything.
hoping that their past city in the past there can hold, right? I mean, at this point.
Yeah, that is kind of where they are. However, right now in the marshes or at the garrison, both the dynasty and the empire are there together because they both had to flee together. So there's probably as best you can tell, there's no fighting going on, but there's a very tense truce after this third thing just happened. So,
And do we know the head counts of all three armies, or a rough estimate? Sorry, General Thel immediately goes into like
yes,
wanting to understand the full picture.
A full picture here. Like sadly, no, like not at this time. Like people are still so scattered. Like this literally happened days ago. Like you got this message. Like when you got this message was like it was sent right after they found out that Roshana had fallen. Like which in any other capacity would the empire would be great. Like the capital city's on. However, it is not good in the fact that your 3/4 of or a large portion of your forces were also defeated, and now you have no clue who the bad guys are. So Yenner says like we're still trying to go through the master of the Ogden Trust's books and that to find out how deep or what exactly their conspiracy was and numbers and that, but we just don't have quite any number of the enemy forces back. The enemy forces, of course, calling themselves the Children of Malice, which has always been a fringe group. We did not know that. No one's known that deep under Dumaron, in the Penumbra range, they've been apparently amassing quite the army of hobgoblins, drow, even some said demons were pouring across as well. Giant monsters with claws for hands and vulture-like creatures flying around, spreading disease wherever they flap. So we still have knowledge to find, but with things as they are, we have no clue how long we may have before the armies of the Children of Malice start moving west. Asarius could only stand for so long, and Ashgard garrison is being backed up by as many people as possible. In fact, Rockguard garrison to the north has been completely abandoned to reinforce the Ashguard garrison. And Blade Garden is all but emptied as well to do the same.
Military outposts are
So-
up for the taking, you say?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, so-
Thell's 15
Yeah.
people is not quite enough, but his visions of grandeur are like military bases open for taking.
Yes, you'll start your own government.
Like, if we overtake them, we can kind of conscript them to our army, maybe.
I really need to get with Swinton and
You can
figure out if we can
I-
brainwash people with the cheese. If they eat it.
Who are you, Thel?
This is the goal of the Bahamut blend.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the information you're given by her, and she's like, quite frankly, next steps are, I don't know. I mean, I feel like your weapon will be needed for whatever this monster that we will someday see coming across the fields, but in its current form, I fear I don't know if you want to get that close to whatever this thing is.
It would seem that we need to get to the front lines, and a third party like ourselves can solidify this ceasefire, and we can turn all of our forces to the east to face this combined foe.
Yes. That seems the best. I mean, consolidating the forces there, it seems there's absolute chaos. Generals on both sides have been killed, so perhaps a third party mediator with some level of knowledge of what is happening could help. Especially if you had something to prove that things can be won. She once again looks at the spearhead.
We want to end this war. So I say we get ourselves ready and head out.
Yes.
It
Okay.
sounds like Did I hear that the priority was finding the haft of this thing, or
That is a priority.
a priority?
Okay, so
Is
we
it-
need
is
to
it-
specifically find the ancient haft of this. We can't just rebuild it on its own to fully
I mean,
imbue its
you guys
magical
all got a
powers.
shared vision about a magical haft, and you would know, like, from just trying to use this thing is unusable pretty much in its current condition. So yeah, a separate haft could work, but you did get specifically that that vision about a possible magical haft to put into it. So there's kind of like two things going on there. And that's where at this point, like as you're kind of talking all this out, Chonk chimes in. He's like, well, if you just to lighten things up and give some good news, I was semi-successful in finding that other sphere. I know where it is. It's not going anywhere for a while, especially with all this going on, but there is absolutely no way one man could have gone and gotten that thing out of that place. There was fire, there was a creature there that seemed dormant, but I was too scared to get close to it. It had the wingspan of about a city, so that's safe there. But yeah, I'm happy to help you guys in any way you can. If it's finding this half, if that's something I can do or something I can help you with. Do you have any idea where or what this thing could be? You said visions.
We're looking for a tree.
Not very helpful.
I think he was hit by lightning.
Did you just get a southern twang for a second? I think it was hit by lightning.
By lightning?
Any other details? On top of a mountain, in a plain, in underwater, in a volcano? Nothing.
Only a tree.
It was definitely a tree, definitely hit by lightning. It's like, okay, well, I think in that case, I'm gonna go up to the library.
Now you're
And
getting
we're-
the southern twang.
Yeah. Well, he's always had. No, I don't remember what Chonk's voice was supposed to be.
I don't know. Maybe I was mimicking you. I'm not sure, but
No, because the southern twang is my go-to thing for someone you can trust. If it's a gruff or southern twang person, you can trust them. If it is high pitched, you can't.
You've just given away your tricks.
yeah.
Yep. But he goes, I'm gonna go upstairs. There's a lot of books about gods up there. Maybe I can find some sort of holy site with a tree to cord. I think I know where to start. And, I did live in Barovka for long enough to hear lots of stories, but if we have to go all the way up to Grey and Wildlands again, I think time is of the essence.
What's this other spear? I can't remember.
So you guys had a shared vision of it's like when you guys found the Quartz Thunder Spear, it was just the head and there was a haft made of this gnarled wood that was
Yeah, the tree. I remember
shattered.
that. I just didn't know what other spear Chunk is referring to.
Oh, that was the one that very, very long time ago. The warring the Jezzaraz, the warring orcs that were attacking Barovka, their leader had that spear. And then when you defeated him, that spear, as you tried to take it, a portal in the ground opened up and it fell straight through the sky, landing somewhere in near Comorda, which is what kind of people put together. And so Tronk went to find it so it could be put somewhere safe. But he found it underneath a mountain that was also housed a city-sized bird. So, an adventure for a different time.
That's a side quest. Okay, good to know.
Or you can just fuck clean off and just go do that and just leave.
Good luck.
Yeah, so anyways, he goes, okay, I'll go look, but probably want to start prepping for some sort of adventure. If someone wants to come help me research that, or we could probably go back to the dash and try to get into the Cobalt Soul vaults. I might be able to get us in a little bit. I was one of them a long time ago, but then I got kicked out, so maybe they don't want me. But
Help you research.
okay. Okay, yeah, so that's, I guess, any other, like, above table, any other questions? I know I just gave a lot of information. Does everything make sense?
What's the name? What was the name of this outpost again?
Blade Garden. That's the main military camp of that's like where the army trains and is headquartered.
Okay, so that's where the Empire's still holding there. They're still holding this. What did they abandon? They abandoned this one to the north up here?
Yes, they abandoned that one to bring down more people.
Okay.
I'm just clicking things that you would know that are marked on. Oh, son of a gun. That are marked on the map. Here's one second. Doot, 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 doot. Doot. And doot. And doot. And doot. Change layer. There. Now you should be able to see like the names of things.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah. So you're gonna go help him research. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Is there any reason that our Dragonborn guy might have that legendary legend lore?
Yeah, you can go talk to him.
Who was
Sure.
going to research with him?
He
I've
did.
got my magic
Carrick was, okay.
unidentified.
Okay, so for the research, we'll start with that. It'll be he can either give you the help action or you can take the help action. So either you roll with advantage or him, and this will be a investigation or history check.
Investigation or
Is-
history check.
Or I will tell you his history is +2 and his investigation is +2. So
I'll do it. He can give me the help action.
okay, so roll with
Advantage?
yep. What level do we think Chonk is now? He was level 6 last time you saw him.
How long's it been?
So he was the same level as you when you guys were doing that. So that is how long ago was the last time you saw Chonk.
He's level 20 now.
Okay, 22. Yes, he's level 20 now. I'll give him level 10, but
If he had killed the giant city-side bird on his own, he might have been level 20, but he did not.
yes, he is also a monk, so he would have killed this giant city-side bird with his hands. Punched it enough to kill it. Okay, so with a 22, that is very good. You find plenty of books and different things about Cord and its sites of worship, and all things like kind of pointing to one of the major sites of worship in Wildmount specifically, and has been around the central mountain. Here, let me hold on one second. Let me move this. Let me look at the actual continent. Yeah. Where's the silver pool? Where are they? Yeah, so it's around the central mountains in the Silver Quill Range. So that's you read stories about how like Cord's Thunderspear is actually put together, and it says the haft was, or the whole thing was built by the god of the forge, whose name starts with a D. Was built by him using metal that he had taken from some of his followers down in the depths of the earth in with the dwarves, as well as a big part of a branch of a tree located on the top of the central mountains in western Windendeer, which, looking at your map, looking at a map, I guess I'll move you over. It might actually even be better to go to the Marrow Valley. This range. This is the center of the entire valley. What breaks between the Zimni Fields and the Marrow Valley is this mountain range. You had been in part of this from when you were in Hupperduke. So there is that. So that's kind of like where you see these stories coming from, point to the Silver Quill range. There's not a ton more information about that, except for that it's atop one of the peaks there. So you have a very good idea about where it would be, but there's nothing like specific that would tell you. Like, probably to figure out more, you might, like, you put together, like, you might have to go to Druvenlode or Blumenthal, and there might be some people that would know there. There's always going back to Zadash and trying to get into the archives, which could or could not be successful based off of, you know, Chonk's current standing with them, and you don't even know if they're open to the public with this war going on right now. So that's where you get it is somewhere in, what color don't we have on this map yet? Somewhere in there. So
So should we just start quadrant? Just kind of walk around? Pick a mountain, off the mountain.
Just for
We just have to
sakes of it,
You have to
it
summon
is
every peak in the Silver Quill range, right?
it is about it is about 200 miles of mountains.
Yes, but how many peaks is that? Because I only see like 10 or something.
This is most definitely a map that someone drew and did not put. This is a fucking mountain range. I would say, looking at your current map, you would not know. Not with a 22.
We can go break into a place. That sounds fun anyway.
I mean, there's that to get more information, or it is just there's the two different or there's the two cities up there that might have information. You kind of cross out Hupperduke in the idea that you've been there and you never heard anything, and that did not seem like a place very religious towards anything, but much more scientific, not religious there.
That's Burblen, you said?
What?
That was Burblen, you said?
No, Barrel Bend is just a swamp town. It kind of sucks.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Yes. Moradin is the name of the dwarf god of forging, if anyone cares. It doesn't start with a D. Yeah, so that's kind of the information you have there. Christopher, you wanted to talk to to Tiburon about this ring. He goes, "Oh, good to see you, Master. Oh, I guess it's just Christopher. You don't have a last name. The Barbarian. How can I help you?"
Well, we got this ring, and I want to put it on. I just want to make sure it doesn't curse me to damnation. So, yeah.
Let me see it. Have you? You see immediately like tries to cast identify. It seems that you can't identify this.
Yes, yes. Something legend lore. You figure out the details.
Okay. For that spell, I do have access to it, but I probably don't have the components. Let me double check. Yes. I need a shit ton of incense and some ivory.
Ivory?
Like you see him going through his book. Some ivory strips, 4 of them to be exact, worth at least 50 gold pieces each.
All right. Shit ton of incense and strips of ivory?
Ivory strips worth at least 50 gold pieces each.
What is a strip of like? Huh. I'm
I
thinking like
don't know. That's what the spell says. It is just like if you took a potato peeler to ivory.
Okay. So potato, some ivory skins and shit ton of incense. Got it.
250 gold's worth of incense.
Got it.
Would you have to think like
If I overpay somebody for incense? No. Yeah. Got it.
no.
All right. On the list.
Okay. I truly don't know where this ring came from. I think it came from the kobolds when you were gambling with them.
It's yeah. Probably yeah. That makes sense. It's right by a Stanley Cup of 800-year-old hooch, which I think is
Yep,
where.
that was also with the kobolds.
Yeah.
A Stanley Cup? Oh no, because wasn't Stanley's? I don't know. It was a joke. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? It's at this point, and after talking all this, it's late evening. It's probably pushing 9 o'clock. You were brought some food as you guys were talking by your mom, by Sheena, and you guys have your rooms, so there's no other business for the day. You guys can sleep and just plan your next steps. Plan your next steps and tell me what they are by the time I'm back.
Where you want to go? You guys want to go one of the little towns? Do you want to go break into a place?
I think I'd like to. I don't. Obviously, Chunk's confidence did not seem very high that he could get us into the archives in Zadash. But I don't know if that makes sense to try and. I mean, it seems like Zadash is kind of skeleton crew run. I think we could maybe get in without too much trouble.
It seems reasonable. Plus, we've snuck into plenty of places. How hard could it be?
Yeah, I wasn't even considering his skill or aid in the process. I just assumed we could break in by ourselves.
I was also trying to decide if it was worth. We don't have much muscle, but do we have our guard forces and our other expeditions meet us near the Ashguard garrison? So we kind of muster our see what else they can get to. Maybe we get like 200-300 forces.
Yeah.
But it doesn't know. Even if I graciously said, and Scott let us muster that much, I don't know if that tips the scales in these fights at all.
I have no idea.
And I don't know if it's worse to try and sneak up to not the Empire's forces, but the other group's forces. Like, it'd probably be better just a small group of us went to try and negotiate a peace with them.
Or just wipe them out. I don't know.
Well, it seems like the Empire and that other group have relatively same-sized forces, and together they'd be able to beat the other forces, minus the creature that we'll have to kill. With the spear we don't have yet.
We don't know where that is either, right? Like, they didn't really.
I mean, we have several leads on how to figure out where it is.
We have no like definitive.
I mean, it feels like stopping as a dash to see if we can get in quickly to this archive, so given how close we are, makes the most sense.
Yeah,
before we
makes
head
sense.
to Groove and Load. And I think it's just like I said, it's a question of, and I don't want to combine, I don't want to pull other stuff away if people don't think it's worth it or don't want to, given that it's sort of the shared resource of the keep. But I was, just curious if we should muster our forces.
Oh, I mean, you're the war veteran here. I think you decide that, and I'd go with it.
Just don't want to slow down the cheese
sounds
production.
good.
We'd obviously leave a crew, obviously. Well, and I'm sure. What's the guy with the G name that's like our contact? Giannis and your parents and like a few guards and can stay and run the cheese and keep like. We don't take everybody. We leave a skeleton crew.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, so I figure we send them towards Ashgard Garrison, just southwest of there. They can hit Zadash and maybe some of these other cities. And through the power of Bahamut and cheese, see who else they can sway to join our cause.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then we just try and conscript anybody along the way.
I do. I mean, in my mind, outside of like compiling thousands of troops, like if we have a few hundred people, but they're all believers in the cheese and maybe are more skilled, we don't necessarily need to like just pick up farmer conscripts, right? Like we have a smaller group of skilled fighters.
Yeah. I mean, like any that we're fighting that.
Because I'm gonna assume the Empire has hit these areas and truly like done the conscription thing. So we're trying to find the people that have less off the beaten path.
Cool. So the plan is to go to Zadash and try and get into the Cobalt Soul, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Sick. And if we have to, we'll, sneak our way in. Wow. Baltimore just intercepted Joe Burrow and then handed it off to another defensive player, and they ran 85 yards for a touchdown. That's sick. 24-0. That's crazy.
A pick six Rooski, not a fumble
Something
Rooski.
like that, yeah.
But,
I don't know what you call it. Oh shit, Buffalo's coming back. 31-28.
I think
Man,
if
that's
Buffalo
nuts.
wins and if Denver wins, I don't remember what else has to happen, but there's a scenario where the Broncos can lock up the 1 seed if New England loses.
Wasn't that the tiebreaker with the Raiders? Yeah. Like shared opponents.
Yeah, something like that.
Joe Burrow, short middle intended for Gesicki, intercepted by Van Noy at the Baltimore 5. Van Noy ran to the 16 for 11 yards and then handed it off to Gilman for 84 yards. That's nuts. I am excited to see that. That's just
pretty good.
a bonkers play.
Yeah. Hey, what are you guys doing?
We're gonna go steal it. We're gonna go try to get in this place.
We're
Yeah,
gonna do
the
the
place-
Cobalt Soul in the dash and try and sneak in.
Get your way in. Okay.
Yeah. We
And,
can sneak if we break in, whatever.
Thel has been poring over the battle maps, hyper focused on that, and calls
Soren,
in,
you guys kind of got into this. Like he just went out and he's just been hanging out with Hammond, by the way.
I kind of figured, yeah. So I bring Hammond in. We want to send word to our adventure parties and leave a skeleton crew here. Have them meet southwest of Ashgard. Set up a camp with our other venturing what do we call the other venturing groups? I guess the best word to call them.
Yeah, the other adventuring groups. So,
but have them hit,
So,
you
yeah.
know, hit Zadash, hit Felderwin Village, Felderwin. I don't know if, I don't think we sent anybody south. Talonstadt, then head north between the power of Bahamut and cheese. Muster as many to our cause as they can.
okay. Perfect. So you're gonna just try and like send. So yeah, you can probably start like you'll have to pull them from their current. He's like, sounds good. Yeah, we'll send message. We'll get someone to get them. They should be probably returning to Zadash in the next couple of days to do another round of escorts of the populace, but we can definitely get them back and start heading that way.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, we'll see. Obviously, I'm sure we can roll and stuff when we get there and see how successful they were. But when we meet them near Ashgard, hoping we could have assembled, you know, 200-300, but 200-300 like good fighters, like not like a normal conscript army, like
but people that would be
a kind of an elite, a little bit of an elite force that we can use here to,
okay.
you know, hit quickly, do what we need to do as we
Okay.
move into this
You
war
want
zone.
them to do that? Okay, so let's see. We have your guys doing or your the Dairy Boys.
Dairy boys.
Dairy Boys are going to go through the south and get as many people as possible for the force brain to help. Okay. Yeah, and Yenra is like looking at that and like just looking at things like with all the information that we have, if they are I can't imagine that we can't have more than a month and a half before the the attacks continue. We do still hopefully have people that can get in and figure out some other information from the whatever's happened in Rosanna. I'm hoping that someone's still alive there and can give us something, but with the details of the Children of Malice army pulling back to Rosanna, wherever they set up, it's not a short trip. So I would imagine we have, while they muster,
We have the Empire, and what's the name of the other forces that are sort of like we're in semi-truce with?
Dynasty.
The Dynasty. Okay.
the Kreen Dynasty and the Dwindalian Empire.
Our hope would
But-
be to meet with our forces, pass, go to the garrison, state our intention to pass through, and hopefully broker a truce between the sides. The Dynasty and the Empire can turn west or
Well,
east.
I'll say I can at least start heading that way and get something going. I have been thinking though, that once we have this spear, it was originally thrown by a god. We might want to have something that can heave with as much force, a ballista of some sort. So maybe on my way, or if it's on your way, someone in Hupperdu could start building us something. Do you have any contacts there? I know you've stopped there before.
Yeah,
We
know
have
some
been
people.
there.
Can't remember their names.
Yep, you would know the Tinker Tops.
Or have
That's
we,
right.
yeah, do we run away
Yeah.
or do we in good graces there? I don't know.
No, you ran away from being conscripted, but at this point, so you would know the Tinker Tops. What was her name? Yessa, something like that, and her dad Clef, who Clef's an engineer. He could maybe try and help. So you mentioned that to you, and they're like, "Oh, maybe just give me maybe I can give me a letter of recommendation, and I can go talk to him, and maybe we can have something to hopefully never have to see whatever this beast is, because it will be so far away we can hit it with marksman precision." So I'll start heading that way and get to the Ashguard as fast as I can to try and help smooth over some peace. So it's right now, I think you're right. A third party is needed because the crown in that is in complete disarray after the betrayal of pretty much their entire spy network. So with that, I'm heading out now. And Yinra goes and starts to pack up and starts heading out. Chonk goes, so we're gonna go break into the Cobalt Soul, or if they don't let us in. Sounds fun.
That's the plan. We'll start
Yeah,
there
man.
and head north if we need to. If we don't get enough information.
Well, you guys don't mind if I tag along, huh?
You can be helpful. Sure, you'll be fine.
Yeah, so you guys have your next steps, the next major adventures to find the haft to your spear, and hopefully end a war. So mainly so you can continue selling cheese. Okay.
Go legit.
Okay, I think that's probably a good place to start, because I don't have anything for you to do to sneak into the Cobalt Soul, and that means I have to make something.
Nice. Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. I guess let's look at a next date.